As the holidays are about to ramp up, a lot of people often find themselves short of ideas on what to get people. And although it should go without saying, presents aren't everything of course, but people are going to stress out over it nonetheless, so I thought I'd put this little guide together. So in this guide, you'll find plenty of ideas with Nintendo fans in mind. So whether you're looking into buying a gift for somebody else, or if you're looking to just fill out your own wish list, I have gifts in many different price ranges, trying to keep everybody in mind. I'd also like to mention that all the prices in this video are going to be in Canadian dollars, so if you live in the United States, all the prices you'll see in this video are actually cheaper. So without further ado, let's go right into the guide. This first section is called A Little Something. In this section, I wanted to find gifts that were absolutely the cheapest possible, while also still being something that, somebody would actually enjoy. And I'll be honest, nothing's cheap these days, but I did end up finding something, and it's these little game keychains. Coming in at $10, these keychains are in the shape of a Switch game case, and there's like a really wide selection of them too, so depending on the type of game that either you or the person you're buying for likes, there should be one for everyone. And if Switch isn't your thing, the same seller actually sells like a slew of different versions for different consoles, like boxed NES games, NES cartridges, Game Boy games, Wii U games, Game Boy Color games, literally all the games. But yeah, I'll have a link to their store in my description, and the same goes for everything that you'll see in this video. Other than that, the only other gift I can find that was under $15 was the Legend of Zelda Triforce Crew Socks that are found on the official Nintendo website. The next section I'm going to call A Little Something More, bumping it up to the gifts that you can find for under $25. And the first thing that makes the list is an amiibo. Although amiibos have went up in price since they first released, I personally still find they make a great gift. And although not all amiibos are priced the same, the going rate for them in Canada at least is $21.99. Although supplies do vary from amiibo to amiibo, check your local GameStop or go shop online and you'll find a variety of amiibos to buy. Next on the list, I have a Mario Kart keychain that comes in at $18.74. And considering that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the highest selling Nintendo Switch game, the odds are the person getting this gift will most likely appreciate it. And I think it's equally worth noting that this keychain also comes in a Pikmin variation. The next gift idea is Nintendo playing cards. So Nintendo sells 3 different styles of playing cards. The first style is Super Mario Bros, and then there's also a Legend of Zelda, and my personal favorite is the Splatoon set. All 3 packs come in at $18.74. So if you do know someone that likes Nintendo and also likes playing card games, I think this could make for a really nice gift for them. And for the last gift in this section, I have office people in mind. Most people that work in an office will have a pencil cup, but why not get a pencil cup that's more inspired by their personality? Moving over to Etsy again, I have this Donkey Kong inspired pencil cup. I mean, I don't have much to say about it, it's just a pencil cup at the end of the day, but I thought I'd feature it because I kinda really like it. The next section I'm calling Thoughtful Gifts. These gifts range from anything under $50. And the first gift I have on this section, it comes in at $31.24, and those are Hanafuda cards that can be found on Nintendo's official website. If the person that receives this gift is a true Nintendo fan, they'll surely appreciate these. For those of you who don't know, Nintendo is like a really old company. Nintendo is actually 135 years old to be precise, and their first ever product was Hanafuda cards. So even if they don't know how to play with them, in my opinion, they still make for a really great collector's item. The next gift on the list is specifically for people that enjoy coffee and Animal Crossing. Coming in at $49.99, you can get the Roost Collection Connoisseur Coffee Grinder, which is a coffee grinder inspired by, the Roost. And I really enjoy how this thing looks. Even me that, I don't really drink coffee, I still think it looks aesthetically very nice. So if you do know someone that likes both coffee and Animal Crossing, I'm sure they'll be pleased to have this in their kitchen. And now for the last gift on this section is a D-brand skin. D-brand skins are basically stickers, I guess you could say, that can go on your Switch, and it kind of helps protect it from nicks and scratches. But what most people use it for is to customize your device. My personal favorite that they have right now is the Obsidian, which goes for $39.90, but I'm just now noticing that it's actually on sale for $19.95. So if you act fast, who knows, you might get a deal. Now let's move on to the next section, which are non-space consuming gifts. More often than not, we buy stuff at Christmas and it just ends up taking room, but let's be real, it doesn't have to be that way. So I have 4 gift ideas that take absolutely 0 room, and it's perfect for the minimalist in your life. The first non-space consuming gift is a Nintendo Switch Online subscription. If they own a Nintendo Switch, they probably have one game at least that can be played online. So whether it's just 1 month, 6 months, or a whole year, I'm sure they'll appreciate having a membership. The next non-space consuming gift is a micro SD card. Once again, if somebody has a Nintendo Switch, the Switches do not have a lot of storage. The base model comes in at 32GB, and if you are lucky enough to have an OLED model, it's still just a measly 64. So regardless of what system you do have, they do fill up quite fast. So depending on what your budget is, you can buy any size SD card as long as it's under 2TB. I mean, I personally never saw a micro SD card have 2TB of storage, but if you do end up finding one that is over 2TB in size, keep in mind that it will not work in the Switch. The next gift is definitely not something that's going to pop up in most people's minds. It's a gift that's more symbolic. If they truly do like Nintendo as a company, why not just buy the company? Or at least a little portion of it. And by that, I mean why not buy one share of Nintendo stock? And it's like I said, it's more a symbolic gift more than anything. But I know, me personally, I find it cool to be able to say, you know, hey, look, I actually own a bit of Nintendo. I'm not going to tell you guys how to do it because, you know, depending on country to country, things can change. But all you have to do is Google how to gift a stock to someone. And then, you know, you can just buy a card and print out a little certificate just so the person can open a present. You know what I mean? And now for the final non-space consuming gift, it's just get a download code for a game. You know, now that we're so late into the Switch's life, there's just so many games out there for people to play, and I'm sure anyone can appreciate playing a brand new game. But now let's elaborate on these games by moving on to the next section. But before that, I have a quick message to say. If this is your first time here, hey, my name's Acadrien and I post weekly Nintendo videos. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, I would greatly appreciate it if you would simply consider to like and subscribe. But without further ado, let's go right back into the video. So what are the hottest Nintendo Switch games on the market? Well, first of all, it'll really depend on what the person will like, and I think that is the more important part. But if you were to ask me what are the top 5 games that are going to be on people's wish list this year, it's going to be these 5. The first game on the list is Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. This is an HD remake of the original game that came out on the Nintendo GameCube. Not only that, it's also revered as one of the, if not the actually I should say, best Paper Mario game out there. So if they're a Paper Mario fan, they will absolutely adore this game. Another really fun game that I feel kind of went under the radar this year is Nintendo World Championship NES Edition. This game is basically a mini-game compilation where you play a bunch of retro Nintendo games, like NES games of course, and you basically speedrun them. And it's the type of game that's supposed to last you a long time because you're supposed to play it over and over again and improve on your score, and you can compete on leaderboards and stuff like that. So because of this replayable nature, the game has hours of fun to be had. The next game on the list is The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Not only is this the first Legend of Zelda game where, you know, Zelda is actually the main character, this is also the first 2D top-down Zelda game I've ever played, you know, from start to finish. And let me tell you, it is so fun. Because you're not playing as Link, they do take the opportunity to bring a lot of new mechanics to the game considering you'll be playing as a different character. But it still borrows a lot of what the old games are all about, bringing back dungeons and stuff like that. So anyone that is a fan of The Legend of Zelda will most likely love this game. Next up, there's Super Mario Party Jamboree. This is one of Nintendo's newer games to come out, but ever since launch I've only been hearing positive things about this game, because this is basically the ultimate version of Mario Party. With tons of characters, boards, and game modes, you really can't go wrong with this game. And depending on when you pick it up, it might actually come with a free membership to Nintendo Switch Online too, so if you end up buying this game and get that deal, you get more bang for your buck. Last but not least, there's also Mario and Luigi Brothership. This is the latest of Nintendo's releases, and it's a brand new entry in a long dormant series. Although the game did receive some negative critique online, if you're an RPG enjoyer, you're definitely going to enjoy this as well. But also, if you're brand new to RPGs, Mario RPGs are typically pretty good for beginners as well. But now with games out of the way, let's move on to our next section. And this section, we're starting to get into the pricier things, which are gifts that are under $100. First off on my list, I have a piece of art, and it's a shadow box diorama of the original Super Mario game, and it's coming in at $76. Although it is kind of pricey for what it is, I personally would enjoy getting it myself, because I like decorations and things like that and making my space my very own. But speaking of making our spaces our very own, I have another thing for the kitchen. Where I live, we call them crock pots. And I know a crock pot is its own very thing, but like I said, back home it's what we call them. But it's these ceramic containers that are Mario themed. And you know, you use them to put flour and sugar and stuff like that. But what I like about them is they're very subtle. And I know personally if I had my very own place, to which I am working on of course, but I would love to have these. And for the final gift in this section, at $75, we have the LEGO Super Mario Piranha Plant. In a way, this gift is kind of like the pencil cup from earlier. There's not much I have to say other than, hey, it's LEGO. And if the person you're buying this gift for likes LEGO, they'll probably enjoy this. And now we head into the last section of the video where we talk about expensive gifts. In this section, we're going to go over 3 final gifts that are over $100. And for the first gift, we're going to talk about the Nintendo Alarmo. For $130, you can find the Alarmo exclusively on Nintendo's website. But what makes this alarm clock really special is that you can set up a bunch of different themes on it. So whether you like Mario, Legend of Zelda, Splatoon, even Pikmin, you have options to customize it to your liking. And Alarmo also comes with motion sensors. And what the motion sensors do is basically detect when there's movement in your bed, and then it becomes extra annoying to make sure that you're gonna get out of bed in time. The next gift is the MobaPad M6 HD. And let me tell you, these Joy-Con replacements are not cheap. Coming in at $134.59 Canadian. They can be quite the investment, I will admit. But as someone who owns a pair of these, let me tell you, they are a game changer. They are so incredibly comfortable to hold, and they have every feature that the regular Joy-Cons have, at the exception of the infrared motion camera. But I mean, realistically, there's not even that many Switch games that use it anyways. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing a full review of these soon, but let's just say I don't think I could ever run out of positive things to say about these controllers. And last, but certainly not least, I have one more gift idea that comes over from Etsy. And it's a personalized wooden Master Sword from The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And let me tell you, I am actually obsessed with this. I might end up buying one for myself. And I think it's also worth pointing out that the font they use is the font that is from the logo of The Legend of Zelda as well. But yeah, with that being said, that's all I have for my 2024 Nintendo Holiday Gift Guide, and I really hope it was helpful. But now I want to hear from you. Let me know down in the comments if you could pick one thing off of this list, what would it be? Or if you have another gift that I haven't mentioned on the list, put it down in the comments as well. But yeah, until next time, warao.